Lesson 1-6, page 18 and 19 in your textbook. So make sure your textbook is sitting out with you. Make sure your spiral is next to you and that you have a heading on your page. We're going to start today in the upper left-hand corner where you see your Common Core, your objective there. You're going to put your objective underneath lesson 1-6 and put down that I can write, read, and compare decimals to thousandths. So again, get your notebook out. Lesson 1-6, we're looking for a pattern today. Your objective is I can read, write, and compare decimals to thousandths. Okay, first get your objective down, and then bring your attention back to the top of page 18. The top of page 18, you will see where it says look for a pattern. It says there are patterns in decimal number charts. Continue the pattern to label the other squares. So you see there, the big chart there, some of the numbers are filled in and some of them are not. So let's look at this chart first to make sure we understand how to read the chart. Can you tell me how many rows are in this chart? Do you remember what a row is? A row is the numbers that you will see going from left to right. And how many rows do you see? Count them up. Yes, you see 4 rows. Good job. Now, how many columns do you see? What's a column, you might ask? Columns are the numbers that go up and down. Can you count and see how many columns there are? Yes, there are 10 columns for that chart. Okay, so now I want you to go ahead and go to the top of page 19, where it's going to show us what are the missing decimals. How can we find that pattern? What do we need to look at? You can look at those numbers, and we're going to need to find what their place value relationships are. So you will see there they listed one column. It says as you work with vertical columns, you will see the tenths increase by 1 and the hundredths stay the same as you move down. So you will see there the first column, and then the second column they filled out for you. So you will see 1 hundredth, then you will see 11 hundredths, then you will see 21 hundredths, then you will see 31 hundredths. So there, look at the relationship. You will see each number, the tenths digit goes up by 1. Okay, now that we've looked at it in our book, let's go and get this stuff in our notes. Let's start and put down Roman numeral 1 and label it vertical columns so we can remember what those are. Remember we said those were the columns that go up and down. That's your vertical. Think of basketball. Think of those players reaching for the rim. They always say, well, how high can you jump? That's your vertical to help you remember up and down. You will see here that the pattern that they were showing us is as you move down, the tenths increase. Increasing meaning go up, and you're going up by 1. In parentheses here, I just put plus 1/10. That's the decimal form. So here's it in words. That's in your standard form. Then you will see that the hundredths stayed the same. And then I want you to just copy really quick the first pattern here. So copy down 1 hundredths, 11 hundredths, 21 hundredths, and 31 hundredths. And you will see here that as we are in the tenths place, it went up by 1/10. So this was 1/10 more. What's 1/10 plus 1/10? 2. That's how you got your 2/10. What's 2/10 plus 1 more tenth? Yes, 3/10. And then you will notice that the hundredths number stayed the same. Good job. Get that copy down. Then move on to Roman numeral 2 here. Our next one is the rows. You will see at the top of page 19. How do we read our rows? You read from left to right, and we said that there were 4 of them. Okay? The pattern there is this time it's changing a little bit, is that the tenths this time are the same except for the last number, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Just get it in your notes. And the hundredths now are increasing or going up by 1. So we are going up 1 hundredths. And so get your little picture there from the top of page 19 here and get me 5 boxes and put 29 in the 4th one, 29 hundredths in the 4th one. Okay, now once you got those notes here, we're going to fill in the rest of the numbers together. The pattern said that we need to add 1 hundredths to each number. Okay, so here is 29 hundredths. Okay, if I add 100ths to 2900ths. If you don't know how to do this in your head, you will see here I put the regular addition problem. Line up your decimals and add 100ths, just like I put down here in your notes. What is 9 plus 1? Yes, 10. Good. So we put the 0 here and we regroup the 1. What is 2 plus 1? 3. Yes, good job. And 0 plus 0 is 0. So now here, after 2900ths, we're going to have 3000ths. And this is why in your notes it says that the tenths stayed the same except for the last number, because now you will notice that this number didn't stay the same. It went up because when you add 1, we go to 3000ths. Now, we have to go backwards here to fill in the rest of this chart. So now, when you go to the right, you're adding 1. But what do you think we're going to need to go backwards? Yes, we need to subtract 100ths. So either you can write it out or you can ask yourself, what number comes before 2900ths? Yes, 2800ths. Write that in your chart here. Okay, and then same for the number before it. What comes before 28? Yes, 2700ths. And what would come before 2700ths? Yes, 2600ths. Okay, so again here, the pattern we said was that the hundredths were increasing by 1. Let's look at it. Let's see if they do increase by 1. Here is 6. What number's in the hundredths place? Yep, 7 went up by 1. What number's in the hundredths place? Yes, 8 went up by 1. In 2900ths, what's in the hundredths place? Yes, 9 is in the hundredths place. What about the next one? Up, there's where it changed, because what number comes after 29? Yes, 30. Okay? If you have any questions on that, please put it down.